This morning, I had an event where I could have really lost it. And instead of doing that, I stopped and looked to see what I could do that was constructive. So this morning, after my workout, 6:30 to about 7:15, I finished up and I have a 9 a.m. call with a client this morning. And I thought, okay, I need to start getting ready at 8. So I had about 26 minutes or so to do whatever I needed to do. And so I thought, let me mop my floors downstairs. That's how I clean in sections on different days so I don't spend 4 hours straight cleaning. And as I was getting water to mop my floors, I noticed that I didn't have water. My faucet was struggling to coughing up water. And I was able to get probably half a bucket of water before my water ran out completely. And I thought, oh no, something's wrong with my well pump. I live in the country, northern New Jersey, and I have a well pump. So I ended up taking the water that I had and I began to mop my floors. I had 26 minutes to do that. So I did that. And then when I finished doing that and I dumped the dirty water out, I then realized, crap, I can't take a shower because I don't have water. But I do have gallons of water. And I was having a conversation with my partner, Dave, the other day. And I had mentioned to him how back in Dominican Republic, when we didn't have water, we used to take gallons of water and heat up the water and then use it to take a shower. Or even when we had water, the water was cold. So we would take the water, heat it up in the sun or heat it up in the stove, and then take a shower with 1 gallon of hot water and 1 gallon of cold water to make it lukewarm. And this morning I thought, I'll just go grab a gallon of water and take a shower with a gallon of water. So I did that. I went upstairs and I didn't take a full-blown shower with hair and everything, but I did enough to clean myself, right? And then the water was chilly. I didn't have time to heat it up. I came out, I dried up, I put my makeup on, I had my music running like I usually do. And then I thought, let me call my neighbor to see if my neighbor's also running into problems because we both have wells and we tend to have low levels of water. And so I actually texted Marianne, and she said, no, our pump is fine, our water's fine. And so I said, do you have somebody that you call whenever there's a problem with your well, with your pump? And she said, well, why don't I have Larry stop by and do you want him to stop by and check it out? And I thought, great, yes, please. I would be so grateful. So Larry came over and he checked out my pump. He noticed there was a reset button. We hit it. It didn't fix the problem. And then he reminded me that I have a backup well that the people who lived here left behind. So I thought, okay, let's turn that one on. And we turned on that emergency well, pulled up the lid, took off that emergency brake that it has on it, and turned it on. And voila, Ginny had water. So we came upstairs, checked out if the water was running. We could hear it downstairs. We came up, and sure enough, the water was running. And Larry and I was doing a celebratory dance. I gave Larry, a high air five because we can't touch it, right, physically. And Larry went off to, his house, and Marianne and I texted them and said, thank you so much for helping me this morning. And a few things happened today. Number one, I didn't panic when I noticed I didn't have water. I just thought, we'll figure it out. The second thing was I checked in with my neighbors to see if they were having the problem. They were fine. And step 3 was I was willing to allow for help. And that's exactly what I did. I allowed Larry to help me today because I needed it. And he made such a world of difference. Had I said, no, Larry, I don't want to bother you, I'm sure you're busy, right? I could have easily said any of those things. And instead, I was so open to receiving and allowing someone to help me. And because of that, my water's running. And yes, I still have to call a place to come check out my primary pump, but for the meantime, my backup pump is working. So I'm sharing this story with you today because I know that many of us are always facing challenges, and I could tell you that I feel very proud and grateful that I didn't skip a beat. And that's not because I'm better than anybody else. It's because I've been doing the work for over 10 years, increasing my self-awareness. And the minute that I noticed that something went wrong, I became responsible. I chose how to respond to that stimuli, to that event that happened, and I did not let it control me or run me. And that's why I'm shooting this video today, because if you can take away anything from this little story that I share with you, I want you to know how many events you're going through every day. You know, calls that turn out to be disappointing, events that you thought you were going to be able to do by this time of the year that you can't do, and things like that that have really shifted what you normally would have done at this point. You know, and this is not even including the scenarios where you maybe even are facing health problems yourself, or loved ones are facing those, or even worse, right? So I just want to remind you that we get the choice to respond any way that we want. And it really starts with self-awareness. And then that self-awareness leads to self-management. I just wanted to share that with you today. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'm here to support you in any way that I can. I'll talk to you soon.